Hello, everybody. I wanted to make another video, just some things that have helped me, as I've gotten a few questions about things from other people, and this really helped me a lot. And they're very basic. They're things that you don't have to be um, uh, very evolved along your path to do some of these things. These are some of the places I started and the things that I still do that have really benefited me. All right, so the first one is to observe your thoughts from a neutral place. Someone told me that. I had no idea what it meant. I think the easiest way to understand it is to respond rather than react. Okay, so I was someone that was very reactive. I always had something to say to everything. Sometimes it was funny, but sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes it was just a very reactive response, and I never listened to what other people had to say. So, and this is that autopilot mind that I've talked about before, just going into that autopilot state where you're just reacting to things. And when you're in that state, it's exhausting. Kind of where it wears you out, and you're not actually being present and to the situation or to the moment. So this is one trick that I've done. What worked for me because I was always like I had something to say before the person even finished talking. Okay. I would count to five, and it was a game changer. So I do it at work. I do it with my friends. I would stop. I'd count to five before I said anything. And in that time, I did learn to observe my thoughts because I had every single perspective. My mind's going really fast a lot of times, but I got to see the bunch of different things that I'd say, and how they didn't add to anything, and how they actually detracted from the situation. So that was very helpful for me, and it actually helped me to not get into arguments with people. It helped me to like listen to what people were saying and really kind of reflect on where I was coming from. So that was very helpful. So just count to five or whatever number works for you. Try it out. Another thing too is you'll find that people are in this autopilot mind, and you can kind of sway the conversation to where you want it to go. So there's certain people that you have in your life that always talk about the same things, or they start complaining about the same thing. Well, you'd be amazed at how much control you have over the situation. They expect you to say a certain thing in response, but rather than doing that, play around with this. Try to say something like the next time someone says something about, oh, this person's doing this, well, they have a really tough job, and watch where the conversation goes. It doesn't go down that negative path. So even people that are used to saying those things, the conversation goes a complete different way than it used to. So you'd be amazed at how much of that is kind of a reflection of what you're putting out. We'll talk about that in a little bit. One of the other huge things that I've seen in my sessions is people tell me to let it go. Okay, they say, "Oh, I just need to let it go. I need to let it go." Um, some people even start singing the song from Frozen, "Let It Go." But for me, it was letting go of being right. For those of you that knew me, I was always right. If you didn't believe me, just ask me. And good luck trying to convince me otherwise. So some people, I mean, my friends would even say, just don't even try to argue with them about anything because I was always right. Um, so I had to let go of that and not worry so much about that, about being right. The other thing of letting to let go of is being in control of the process. I noticed this a lot at work, where I had to have it my way. It had to be done this way. And the person I was working with, we both wanted the same thing. So it made no sense to argue about some of this stuff, but I had to have it my way, and I'd get bent out of shape if it didn't go exactly that way. And I let go of that. Everything still got done. I wasn't stressed out about it. Um, and so if you don't worry about how you get there and having to be your certain way, it makes life a heck of a lot easier. All right. The other thing to let go of is whatever happens to you. I know it's easier said than done. I would let stuff bother me all week, and still hang on to stuff. But what you need to do is learn from it and move on. Um, if you didn't learn anything from it, it will keep happening to you. Life is trying to teach you something, and if you didn't learn anything, you're going to be back in that situation again until you learn from it. Once you learn from it, you can move on. I'm sure you know people that have had the same type of relationships that they keep repeating and they don't work out because they didn't learn what they're supposed to from it. Okay. And finally, the third thing that I learned is everything is a reflection of how you are on the inside. And I've had people that say, "Oh, that's not how it is. This person's doing this to me. This person's doing this to me." Try changing it. I kind of played around with this because I wanted to see what kind of worked. Um, but I played around with this with certain people that I've always had a problem with, and all I did was change how I was to that person. No problems. Okay, I went in like I realized that I was going in looking to argue about something and going in with that mentality. As soon as I stopped doing that and let go of that, it was no longer an issue. Um, and it was instantly that person didn't know anything about what I was doing. That person didn't change. They were still the same person, but I haven't had a problem with that person since. And all I did was change how I was. You'll see that too in the people around you, and those people that uh, you will find that there are certain people that will still try to like get under your skin, but once you change how you are on the inside, those people don't bother you anymore, and they really don't have an effect on you. So even people that push their buttons, that try to push your buttons, if they stop getting a reaction out of you, it's not fun for them. They're not going to do it anymore. It's not fun. They want a response from you. So if you just don't feed into that, uh, it's just not there anymore, and those people just kind of they go find someone else. So I just kind of want to keep this short and kind of simple, but those are three things that really help me, and they're simple things that anyone can do. So those are some good first steps to like um, kind of transforming your life. And I can tell you since I started doing this, I mean it took me a couple months of playing around with this, but like I haven't had a bad day since. And it's not not my environment, around the same people, around the same everything. It's just how I relate to it. So hopefully that helps you guys. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about, we'll see you on the next video. All right, thanks guys.